Hi girls, I'm Susie.
And I'm Sherry.
Grab a coffee or your favorite cup of tea.
Pull up a seat and take a deep breath.
We are dropping the pretenses.
And we're letting go of the need for perfection.
Come join the conversation. This is The Pink Seat. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Pink Seat. We're glad you're here.
We are glad you're here. We're always glad you're here.
And if you are watching, you see we have a special guest with us today. My sister Amy is here all the way from Oklahoma.
Hello.
I know. Welcome.
We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. It's beautiful here.
So
Much different than
the weather's a lot more mild because you've been in your pool for how long?
4 weeks probably.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice.
You texted me. It was like cold and rainy and drizzly here, and I tried calling you, and you were like, "Sorry, I was in the pool playing volleyball."
I told Sherry that this morning, and you were like, "Oh,
I know.
So not fair.
Because if you're in Central New York, we had the worst Memorial Day
It was
weekend.
awful. 4 days of rain and gray and
But
cold.
Tuesday, when we were all back to work, was beautiful.
Yes, and the
course,
heavens
that's
parted
how it
and the
works.
sun came out.
I know.
Yeah.
But so, what is Oklahoma like?
oh, we're pretty flat." We grew up in Indiana where we had beautiful big trees and fall colors. We don't really get that in Oklahoma, but the summers last, they're longer. The winters aren't as harsh. We get a lot of ice, tornadoes.
Oh.
I am surprised. So, the couple times I've been to visit you, the wind is real.
Wind is
Very
real.
windy on even just a normal day. I remember going for a walk, and it was like the wind.
Wow.
Was
Is that because
just-
everything's so flat? Does it make it windier?
I don't know. I mean,
No, 'cause
I
How
don't know.
interesting.
No.
Yeah, it is windy, but it's not windy every day.
Okay.
And
red dirt
red dirt.
everywhere. So even like your son would come in with like red on his clothes or like red on his shoes.
yeah.
Oh,
because of the
wow.
red dirt. That was odd. And you in your backyard had Highland cows. Your neighbor had Highland cows, and they're
Yes.
like people have pictures of Highland cows in their home.
They're
Yes.
like their pets.
They're like in your backyard.
Buffalo are a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do people eat buffalo there?
Not
really.
I don't think so.
I know it's
not like Alaska.
Bison
where-
burgers. Is that a buffalo?
Yeah.
Buffalo burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never had one, but I've heard they're tasty.
Yeah. No, we don't eat them.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Do you know, one of my favorite things, Amy, about you being here is if I can ask you for clothing advice. I can be like, should I wear this or should I wear this? Because I know you're going to be honest with me and not just tell me.
It's true.
A
A friend will lie to you. A friend will be like, "Oh no, that looks cute." Your sister will give you the brutal, honest
She'll tell me the
yes.
truth.
Yeah, she'll be like, "No."
Are you like that with your sister?
Yes, we are very honest with each other.
Sometimes
We always have been. I mean, I try not to offend or we try not to hurt each other's feelings, but we'll be honest with each other.
Yeah.
For sure.
Amy has great fashion advice, home advice.
Aw.
So I know I can
Fun.
always count on you for this is going to look good, put together, right?
I know. Were you guys close growing up?
Yeah. Well, we are 4 years apart.
Okay.
So when we were kids,
I'll always be the younger sister. I'll always be younger.
She will always be younger than you.
yes, you don't know when you're a kid. When you're a kid, you love being the oldest.
Yeah.
But then when you become an adult, you like proudly wave the banner of I'm younger than her.
So true.
I'm always going to hit the decade before you.
Yes,
it
right.
really stinks because my husband's younger than me too. So I'm always the first one turning
to do everything.
30 and turning 40. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be the first one to have to be 50.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny. It's like the opposite, though. A little with me and my sister. We're only a year and 9 months apart. So I always sort of felt like we were the same age. I don't know. Like we're going through all of life's stages and phases together. Like
Yeah.
I'll ask her things about like perimenopause, right? Because like she's going through everything pretty much at the same
Yeah.
time as me.
When you're adults, it's like you might as well be twins. like-
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
The gap closes. a little.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
The gap closes.
But Amy is like my best friend now for
Yeah.
sure. Like
Yeah, I
I
love
call you
it.
probably way too much.
Nah.
If I'm just in the car, I'll be like, if If I'm bored, I call her.
I send her to voicemail. I call her. She sends me to voicemail.
It does happen a lot.
It's not convenient. I'm
do?
busy. I'll call you when I'm running my errands.
Yeah. It is nice, though, to be able to be like, I can't talk. I'll call you back.
Yeah, and your sister, you don't care. No one cares. It's like, whatever, that's life.
Yeah, but it's been fun having you here. And our other sister, our sister-in-law, is coming and joining us for a few days, too. So we're going to go hang out and have a little girls.
No boys, no husbands, no kids. Yay. It'll be fun.
Have we ever done that?
I don't think we have.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Because our husbands are too...
How fun.
They are too much fun seekers. They want to be involved and included.
So the question is, can I be a sister for this fun little weekend?
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, you are right
the
now.
more the merrier.
So fun.
Always.
Have the best time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Amy left behind her 8-year-old.
Yes. Jax and his dad are headed to the zoo today.
Fun.
So they should have a fun day.
Good.
Jax.
So, you have a big gap between your kids.
Yes. We have a
tell us
10-year
about that.
gap between Jax, our youngest, and Haley, our middle, who just turned 19.
Wow.
And that was on purpose.
That was on purpose.
Okay.
So I had a friend who's almost 10 years younger than me. She was pregnant and expecting, and I had a little baby fever. And I told my husband, I just want one more. But now I really wish we would have had a fourth because
Wow.
our older set are out of the house, and now we just have Jax, and he's an only. And I'm not one to want to play with him, or he needs a buddy. He needs a friend.
Absolutely.
But the door's closed. We're done having babies.
Yeah.
We're just lots of play dates and sports.
Funny when you get to this age, you do start to think back. So Mike and I just had this conversation. Shocked me. I could not believe he said this. We were with some friends, and he said, sometimes I wish we had had a fourth.
Yes.
And I'm like, what? Because he
funny.
was so adamant after our third. I wanted 4, but after our third, he was like, we're done.
Well, when you're in it, you're tired.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
you're
You don't
tired.
see a light at the end of the tunnel. You are just exhausted.
It's interesting.
So true.
Yeah.
I know, but how does that make you feel when you hear him say that? Are you like, darn it? Because, like, do you wish you...
Initially, that's kind of what I thought. But then when I thought about it more, I remembered our youngest daughters are one with special needs. And I remember how difficult she was.
Sure.
And honestly, I don't think even I could have done it. Even though,
lot.
I mean, you do what you have to do, right? But I think our quality of life would have even been more difficult. And, you know, like we didn't grow up near family with, well, not grow up, but our kids.
Right.
So we didn't have grandma and grandpa to help, to babysit.
It's all you.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Or older, an aunt. You know, like I do feel like where we are now in central New York, people rely on their extended families a lot. And so I'll hear like my kids' friends will be like, oh, my aunt's picking me up from school or my grandma's doing this. And that just is mind blowing to me because we didn't have that. And I do think that helps, you know, you feel that support.
Give you a little break.
Yeah. But we were talking last week. We talked about shopping.
We're always talking about shopping.
This week you were saying I'm gonna stop shopping.
Well, I said I need to wear what's in my closet.
Yeah.
Because I have so much clothes, and I just love new clothes. Like to me, shopping is therapeutic. It's fun. I love new outfits, but when do you kind of like say enough is enough? I have enough. At least for this season that I'm in, I have so much.
If you just like change though.
But I found like clothes with tags still on them.
Sherry.
Like brand new things that I'm not even wearing. So do you need to buy more when you are finding clothes with tags on them?
No, but I don't have that problem. Do you?
I don't have that problem. You know, we're going to New York City. And so both me and my daughter Haley were like, we need a couple new outfits. And I'm going through my closet. I'm like, you know what? I really don't. Like, I can put some things together and it'll be fine. But you just feel so much better.
But you know, Amy, when in New
together.
York, you have to do New York, right? And you have to go shopping and find outfits.
But it's new to everyone that sees you.
Yeah.
Like whatever you wear is new to me.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not new to me.
So you buy something and then you're like, do you buy it for a specific occasion or you
Here's
just
the
are
thing.
like,
I buy clothing like I am a woman in corporate. And I am not. Okay.
Okay. So you're buying.
I am always attracted to like stilettos and dresses and dress pants and button up shirts. Like I just love that look, but that's not my lifestyle. So these clothes will sit in my closet because I'm like, oh, I'll wear them on a date night or I'll wear them to church or whatever.
Okay.
But they don't really get worn.
That makes sense.
Because you go home and you put on your comfy clothes.
All the time, yes. And most of the time during the day, I mean, I know I own a cleaning business. I talk about this. I wear leggings and T-shirts all day long because you're spilling things. You're getting bleach on your clothes. I'm not dressing
You're not
up.
cleaning in stilettos?
I'd probably make extra money if I did that.
You probably would. That's a whole
nother story for another day. But
Yes.
But yeah, no, I really do love dress clothes. And that's why I have so many clothes.
So how do you decide when to let go of a piece of clothing in your closet?
Honestly, if it's like, Sherry, you haven't worn this in probably 2 years.
2 years, you'll get rid of it?
Yeah.
What
Then
about
I'll
you?
move
That's
on.
a long time, 2 years. I just know if I
just
look
know
at
you're
it,
not-
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like this anymore, and I just throw it.
It's true.
And I should be donating those things, but a lot of times I just throw them in the trash.
It's easier.
Or I'll put the bag of donated stuff in my trunk, and then I just carry it in my trunk.
Yes.
And I work.
I was going to say, there's like a
donation.
drop box right in the parking lot.
I know.
Yeah.
You have no excuse.
No, I don't. But I am crazy, and I like to take it to Plato's Closet first and see if I can
if
make
they'll give you
$2.
$5.
Yeah, $2.80.
Yeah.
And then I take the rest, which is
Well, it makes you
I
feel
think
better.
I'm going to stop doing that because
I know.
it is a little ridiculous. I mean, I like to hand me. Sometimes I'll hand me down clothes too if I know someone can use that size.
Yes.
But I do have a hard time letting go of some of my clothes.
I just always think in my head, like, I will wear this someday. There will be an event and I will, like, I had a really cute hot pink blazer and I donated it a few years ago. And now I'm like, blazers are having their day in the sun again. And the color is in. And I am so sad that I donated that blazer. I can't get over it. And I shouldn't have
I
donated
have one.
it.
You can borrow mine.
Okay.
Just get on Amazon. You'll find one.
That's true.
Ship it next day.
That's true. I saw this meme that was something like, I'm 40. I don't know how many more times I can go from wide leg to skinny leg to wide leg jeans.
Yes.
I don't have it in me.
It's
again.
exhausting.
So
But that's hard too. I'm like, do I get rid of all my skinny jeans now? Because they're going to come back.
Yeah, eventually.
But how long do you have to hang on to them?
I actually kept 2 pairs of my favorite skinny jeans. They are so comfy. They're not like the typical, like you put them on and you feel like you can't move in them. They're just like stretchy and they're so cute. And I do have them in my closet just in case for someday.
So
yesterday,
yesterday I was doing like busy work all day at work. I knew I was going to be moving things around. So I wore just a t-shirt and what I thought were joggers.
What
but
were they?
Ivy, my middle daughter, was like, Mom, what are you wearing? And she's like, those are really baggy leggings. And I'm like, they're not leggings, they're joggers. And she's like, well, then they're too tight joggers. Oh my goodness. And she said, people make fun of people in baggy leggings. Like, that's a thing. You shouldn't be wearing. And I'm like, I guess I need to throw these away. Because
funny.
she was right.
Okay.
They were like in between. Like they weren't leggings, but they also weren't joggers.
Yes.
So I don't know. Do people still wear leggings?
Well, I do, but I don't know.
Clean. Do you wear them out?
Yeah.
Do you wear leggings?
I haven't worn leggings for a while.
Yeah.
My girls got me into the flared leggings because they said those are more cool. So I do wear those sometimes.
Yeah.
It's good to have teenage daughters.
right.
They keep us in
Sometimes.
check.
Keeping you cool.
Your teenage daughter, does she wear your clothes, Amy?
Oh, yes. Yes. But the problem is I'm bigger than she is. She's teeny tiny. And so she can size up.
Right.
But I can't size down.
True.
So I can't wear her clothes,
Yeah,
but she can
it's
wear
not fair.
mine. It's not fair. She can't wear my pants, but tops. She wears them all.
Oh.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
it was funny. Last night I said, I have a dress if you want to borrow it. And I got it out and she's way smaller than me, right? But I just am like, oh yeah, you could wear this dress. And Amy's like, you can tie it. It has a tie. You can tie it in the back if it's too. If you're
You can
like,
cinch up the waist.
if you're drowning in it, Haley,
Oh,
because I'm just teasing.
How
But it is it's kind of a compliment when
is.
your teenagers take your clothes.
My oldest daughter actually stole my very favorite pair of jeans. They're just like a straight, they're not even wide leg, they're just straight like Levi jeans. So comfortable. And she had them in her apartment in Syracuse. And I kept being like, where's my jeans? You need to bring these jeans back. And she was like, I love them. And I'm like, I love them. Give me my pants
Those
back.
are mine. Yeah.
So she finally brought them back, yes.
Oh,
But she takes my clothes all the time. I have so many missing items that are at her house.
It's a compliment.
It is.
Because we're so trendy.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
I think when we were teenagers, we definitely were not borrowing our mom's clothes.
No.
Those
We were
lines
not.
have blurred a lot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know.
You and
I
not.
will say, though, I feel like my mother was always like a trendy mom. She was pretty
Really?
trendy. Yeah, she was. I wasn't borrowing her clothes, but I don't
No.
ever remember looking at her and being like, she's out of style. Because she
Yeah.
had me and my sister to tell her what to wear. So we
wear
kept her in check.
dad's sweaters sometimes. Do you remember when that was a thing?
remember
Like the
that.
men's
Like
sweaters.
the oversized.
Like the Cosby kind of sweaters.
Oh, how
Which those
funny.
kind of
They're in
came
style.
back. Because Adeline was showing me some sweaters, and I'm like, my dad used to wear those.
Aw. Amy, do you have a place that you like to shop? Like, do you have a store that's like your go-to store?
So it's funny you say that. You know, I was listening to the podcast a few weeks back and you were talking about the loft. And I thought, I haven't been to the loft for a while. So I went to the loft and they were running their 50% off
that's
sale.
the best.
And I thought, I just love the store. It's great.
You should have
I
gotten
agree.
some commission for that, Sherry.
I really
I'm
should
sure of
have.
it.
Loft, can I get a commission, please?
Yes.
I will keep, being your spokesperson. Seriously, I told you, I could have probably bought like 20 different outfits. I mean, they just had the cutest stuff.
All right,
It
girls.
spoke to me. It was my love language that day.
So is your message to go shopping or to shop your closet, Sherry?
I know. I'm very contradictory today. I'm like, I'm not shopping. And now I'm like, I might have to swing by the loft when I'm done today. I have my loft cash and I haven't used it.
We should do.
you
Have you
go.
ever done like a clothing swap where people bring in their clothes
But it
and
would
you can
be
shop?
fun.
that
I want
weird?
to
Could
wear
be
your
fun.
dress for Abby's graduation.
Yeah.
The one you
course.
wore for Mother's Day.
You got
Because
it.
it's so cute.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spend money on a dress.
I always tell anybody if they want to borrow something I have, you're welcome to borrow it.
Well, I want to
because
borrow that.
You don't wear it enough, right?
Right.
Like you might as well.
Especially dresses. I feel like you're not repeating it. Like a lot of times we will buy something for a wedding or something and then we're not wearing it again necessarily.
Yeah,
It's
a
like that was
special
our for one
occasion.
event. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's fun being a child.
Shopping's fun. I
fun.
think I lied. I think I'm going to shop. I probably can't just not shop. It's
Yeah.
just built in me.
Yeah. So Amy, even though you're the youngest, Amy, it's weird because I'm talking about you and talking to you at the same time. But Amy was the first in our family to do a lot of things.
Oh.
So you were the first to get married.
Yes.
How old were you?
We were 20.
Wow.
Yeah. So fresh out of high school. I would say high school sweethearts, but we went to rival schools.
Oh, okay.
And then he joined the military. He went to basic training, came back. We got married. He shipped off to tech school.
Okay.
And then we were his first duty station was Tucson, Arizona. So we were there. We had our
First to move like away.
first to move far away, first to have first baby.
Oh my gosh.
Isaac and Abby were shortly after. They got married, like just a few months after
Yeah.
us.
Funny story on your wedding day. So I was your maid of honor. And on your wedding day, you guys know the bridal party walks out first. So you said, I do. You kiss the bride. I now introduce to you. And then the wedding party walks out of the chapel or whatever.
Yes.
So I remember walking down the aisle. And as soon as I got into like the lobby of the church, I just started sobbing.
Aww.
Because I was so heartbroken
That's
that
so sad.
my best friend had a new best friend.
Yeah.
Because it kind of like,
I know.
took you away and then was sweeping you away. So here I am on your wedding day, like heartbroken, crying. Yeah.
That's sweet,
in
though.
that
That's sad.
Yeah. But, so yeah, then you were the first to
Yeah.
have a baby. And
Let's see. We had Jake in Arizona, and then we moved to Texas. We had Haley.
Yeah, and then our daughters were born only 4 months apart. So that was fun. But
she sent me all her hand-me-down clothes.
Yeah,
love it.
Which I loved.
That's
because
perfect.
Addie was super trendy, and
she was the best dressed baby.
Oh, she was. So I was very lucky to get all of those.
We had 2 grandmas, so she was the first granddaughter for both sides of the family. So I had 2 grandmas. It's so fun to shop for a baby girl, buying the cutest things for her. I remember boxing up the clothes.
Like big diaper boxes.
Yeah.
She would send me. Yes. I would pay her
Hand-me-downs are the
postage and I'd
best.
get all the clothes.
Oh, how fun.
But then I had 2 more girls, so I was like, send them back.
Yes.
We'll take them. Yes.
Yeah.
But we were pregnant at the same time, but not really together because we always lived
Different
far away.
states.
Right. Yeah.
But through the years, we've always stayed close, even though we've been in different states. And if you were at Sisterhood Conference last week, you heard part of Amy's story, girls. But we wanted to bring her on the podcast so we could share more about her story and kind of what her family has had to go through the past couple of years. So I'll tell maybe what happened from the moment that kind of changed my life when I first heard of what was happening. It was a Sunday morning. I was early Sunday morning. You sent me a text message. I think it was like 5:30 a.m. Do you remember what it said?
That day was such a blur.
I honestly don't remember either what the message said, but it was something to the effect of Jake, who is your oldest. How old was he?
He was 18. Yeah. When he passed. Yep.
So, and said he was in a motorcycle accident. We don't know much. You know, please pray, something like that. And I remember getting the text message and telling Mike about it. And then I think I called you.
Which was a Sunday, which it's her busy day.
Yeah, so it's Sunday morning.
She's got
before
a lot.
church.
Yeah, so I remember I came to work and I was in the sound booth wondering what was going on. And I think I called you. I remember being on my phone in the sound booth. And
I know we talked because
yes,
you know, I told her the situation.
Yes, you called me.
Yeah.
And so go ahead and share the story.
So we were at home asleep. We got a Facebook message, just a ping. Luckily, we woke up.
How did that wake you up?
I don't know. And I'm a hard sleeper.
Wasn't it like 3 a.m?
Yes, 3:00 in the morning. And so checked it. I don't remember who checked it. I think Travis checked it first. And it said, Jake was in a motorcycle accident. I didn't even know this kid who was messaging us. He said he was transported to OU Trauma in an ambulance. We don't know anything else, but it's bad. So, of course, we jump out of bed. Haley was at our middle. She was 16 at the time. She was at a friend's house, a sleepover. And then we had Jax, who was 6, who was asleep. So I called a neighbor. Luckily, she answered, came over, stayed with Jax while we rushed to OU, which was
you didn't even know if the message was true.
Yeah, I didn't
when
know.
you first got
I had
it.
no idea. But I had an overwhelming, I felt like this was bad. I felt like this was bad. I just knew. And so I called Dad at 3 in the morning, which was, I don't know, 4 a.m.
And he picked up?
He picked up. And I told him, Dad, I think this is bad. I need you to pray for us. And so we, you know, no one's on the street, you know, on the highway. So we just flew there. I called to verify we were going to the right place.
Did you called and asked if
I
they
called
had
the
a Jake
hospital.
Reid?
Yes. And they said, yeah, come, you know, this is the address. And so we pull in, and I couldn't get out of that car quick enough. You know, Travis was trying to find a parking spot, and I just
flying out.
Yeah, so we just pull in and run in, and I approached the desk, and I said, you know, I'm parent of Jake Reid. He was transported here, and she said, yes, he's here. Let me get you with the chaplain. And my heart sunk. I thought, the chaplain, like,
right.
We don't want to see the chaplain.
No,
That
right.
can't be good.
No.
And so we're waiting, and chaplain approaches us, and he says, Jake's in surgery. We don't know. I don't know the status, but I'm going to take you to another room where you can wait. And so
they have a chaplain there 24 hours a day or what?
I don't.
So interesting.
It was crazy. And so we go up to this waiting room and people are sleeping on the floor. I mean, it's people who've been there a long time. And so then, I'm making calls and praying, and a trooper comes up and he hands me a bag. And he said, "Are you the parent of Jake?" And we said yes. And so I look in the bag and it's his helmet. And we put Jake through motorcycle safety course.
Sure.
But he's 18. He's a boy. He's on the sport bike.
Yes.
Anyway, so
it was his hobby.
Oh yes, and he worked
loved it.
nights, so it was normal for him to be out late.
Yeah.
Not 3 a.m. late.
Right.
Usually midnight was kind of when he came home. But in my eyes, he was an adult. I mean, he was a full-time dispatcher. He was a volunteer firefighter. He was very responsible.
He's the firstborn.
Yes.
He always was just a good, like, all-American type boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even when he was like in his rebellious teenage years,
Right.
he was just a good kid. Like, if you met him, he was such a good conversationalist. Like, if I would call and he would answer the phone, he would be like, "Hi, Aunt Susie. What are you doing today?"
I love it.
Just just a sweet, loving.
Yes.
You enjoyed being around him, teenage boy, which is not always
Right.
The case,
usual.
right,
Like, he made an impression on you. So handsome, just all American kind of kid.
Yeah. So I opened the bag, pull out his helmet. I wanted to see the helmet, and it was cracked. He had, there was blood on the side. There was a little bit of grass and some, I could tell it got hit pretty hard. There was a belt in the bag, and I pulled the belt out and I said, "This isn't his belt." I gave it back to the trooper, and then come to find out, we met the two boys that were with him when he had the accident. So he hit the back of another bike. And one of the boys said that he had put a tourniquet, so he hit the left side of his body, and his left leg was pretty damaged, and so he put a tourniquet on his leg.
The friend did this?
The friend did
Took
this,
his
and
own
the belt
belt
was
off.
the boy's tourniquet. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So anyway, of course, that's hard to see.
Did you have a moment that you just lost it in the waiting room, or were you just kind of holding it together?
I held it together.
I think your
Shockingly, I
adrenaline.
held it together.
Yes, I was going to say, it's got to be pure adrenaline at that point.
It's just crazy, looking back to think how I did that.
Yeah.
Because you watch movies and you think, like, how would you react in that situation?
Yeah. But, after picking up his helmet, I had to go to the bathroom and wash my hands because they had blood all over my hands. And that was a moment that, of course, everything will stay with me. But that was a tough one. And then we had a nurse come out hours later, and he said, "I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He's still in surgery. He lost a lot of blood. We had to shock his heart twice. His left leg is badly injured, and then my husband, somehow amputation came up. And so I thought, okay, it's fine. In my mind, I'm like, he's young. He's going to be fine. Of course, Susie's super positive, and she said, he's going to have this story to tell. And,
Well, I remember calling you on the phone. So I was in the sound booth, and I remember telling you, "Amy, people are in motorcycle accidents all the time and they walk away. There's so much modern technology. There's medical interventions." Like, I was trying to kind of cast hope, like, he's going to be okay. He's going to survive this. Right. And, obviously that's not where the story ends. But I do remember saying that to you and you being like, okay, like trying desperately to believe it. But I think you already knew, like you said.
Yeah. And so we thought, okay, well, he'll lose a leg. His firefighting career is over.
Right.
It's fine. It's going to be a long, rough road. But we'll figure it out. So we call his sister, and she's kind of the same attitude. Oh, like, he'll be fine. Like, he was being dumb, and I'll make it. Let me know when he's out of surgery, and I'll come up and see him. Little
so
do we know.
level-headed, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was
16.
Yeah.
You just don't think anything like that could touch your family or happen to you.
Right.
And
Because you hear it happening.
Yes.
And you just never, and we've never faced any kind of hard times.
Trauma like
Yes.
that in our family.
Yes, death. I've never, this was the first funeral that I attended was my son's,
Oh my gosh.
just crazy.
Wow.
And so a couple hours go by, 2 young girls come out and they say, you can come back and see him. And so I turned to my husband and I said, we can go see him. He's going to be fine. And so we start walking and she heard me say that and she turned around and said, he is not stable. And then we just knew. We knew we were in trouble. So we went to see him and, he was intubated and he surprisingly looked really good. He had a big black eye and he had a neck collar on. And, he had tubes and all of that. But he still looked like our Jake. And so we loved him and prayed with him. And, I remember looking back, I was humming to him the whole time. I was just humming this song, some country song. I don't even know what it was. But, I was I had a little bit of counseling, some grief counseling after that. And I told her, I said, it was weird because I was humming and how could I, why wasn't I crying or why was I so level headed? And she said, that's a coping mechanism that you just do naturally. And
when you're under stress.
Yeah. Looking back, it made sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
this was 2 years ago.
It's 2.5 years ago. October 1st will be 3 years.
So Haley wasn't there yet.
Haley wasn't there yet. And the nurses said, if there's anyone that wants to come up, now's the time because we don't know how long his heart's going to keep beating.
So you knew then.
His pulse ox was like a 9. Normally you're over, you're like 98 to 96. And it was dropping.
Intubated.
It was dropping. His fingers were starting to turn purple. But there's so many things I'm grateful for, which sounds so weird, how can you be, but I was grateful I even got to see him, that I was able to say goodbye with him and pray with him. And Haley was able to come up. We had friends drive her up. I didn't want her to drive on her own, but she had her alone time with him. And the nurse, there was a nurse at the time and he said, he said, are you Christians? And I said, yeah. And he said, do you want me to pray with you? And he said a prayer that I would have said if I could have, but it was just
the right nurse in the right space at the right time.
Yeah. Everything just, for such an awful thing to happen.
Yeah.
There's so many things we're grateful for. And we really felt the presence of God with us. And we really felt that he was there and made us feel confident that we will see him again. And our time here is so short. It's just a vapor, right? And compared to eternity. And I don't think it'll be the same kind of love when we see him in heaven, but because he has God's love, he doesn't need us like he needed us here on earth. But
goodness,
we
should have brought tissues.
I know, this is terrible.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm terrible.
We're just so thankful for the time we had with him, and now we had such a great relationship with him, and he was my best buddy, and that void is definitely hard, but not having that and not having that relationship, because your relationship with your kids are all very different, so they can't fulfill that, but that's okay. They fulfill me in other ways, but
it's the unimaginable. And I think it just strikes emotion in your heart, because you can't help but think, what if that was me and my child? But you can't. It's almost so you can't even let yourself think that.
No,
it's the unimaginable, and it's the thing you think could never happen, could never touch your family. No. But the reality is, it does happen.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm always amazed, Amy, when you will call me, and just 2 days ago you said. So Amy is a dental hygienist, so she has patients that she sees all day. Just 2 days ago, You said what? You met a patient.
Yeah, and she, I don't speak about, my personal to most, but she was one that we kind of had a conversation, and she asked about my kids, and I said, yeah, we lost one 2 years ago, and she started to cry, and she said, I lost my son 10 years ago. And so you just make these connections that it's God, it's Him using me in a way to support another mom. And she's supporting me too.
It's not conversation happen. How does it happen to be that you manage? It comes up in the moments that it's crazy. You need to that someone else has walked in that or is walking in those shoes.
Yes, yeah, and so many people have so many struggles that we don't know about because we don't talk about it.
Yes. Right. But if you're willing to share the hard parts of your story, and I am always amazed by you, and I always tell you this. I think you're probably tired of hearing it, but of how proud I am of you because to go through the grief you've gone through and to keep showing up for your family, to me is just. Is there anything more heroic? Is there anything more courageous than that? I don't think there is. But you do that every single day and are willing to come on here and talk about it. And it's only been 2.5 years.
Wow.
Right. I don't think a lot of people could even.
No, that grief is still fresh. I mean, it never goes away. I think you learn to live with it.
Right.
It changes over the years. You just learn to live with it better. But
you manage it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But, I was telling my mother-in-law even last night or this morning, so we're coming out of this conference called Heavenly Minded, that death touches all of us. But we don't want to talk about it because it's hard. But there is a flip side to that coin that when you have lost someone so significant at such a young age, that line between earth and heaven is very thin for you now.
Oh, very. Yes. Yeah.
I remember you started researching and studying about heaven.
It changes your whole perspective, doesn't it? Yeah.
And the way you live your life.
Yes. Yeah. We're kingdom driven now.
100%. Yeah.
So many
there
things
can
have
be
changed.
fear, right? Like fear in dying. Like when we're on this side of heaven, there's fear in that until, at least for me, you lose someone that you really love. And then it's not that you want to leave the people on earth, but you're almost like, I want to go to heaven.
I'm ready. Yes, let's do this.
Yes, like these people who go on before you, and you think they're there and they're waiting for us.
Like how lucky are they?
Like, what an amazing reunion! Not only to see Jesus someday, but the people that we've lost that we love, and we're all going to be together, and it's going to be amazing.
Right?
There's no fear. We don't
have
to
no
fear
idea.
that. Yes.
You just don't think about eternity when you are in this life very often.
Consumed.
We consume by, and we talk about it. And there's nothing wrong with talking about clothes and shopping, and those things are part of our lives, but they are not our lives.
Right.
Shopping is not what drives us. What our closet looks like is not what drives us.
Exactly.
We talk about it in a fun, lighthearted way, but I hope, all the girls that are here with us know that that's not who we are.
That's not our priorities, right?
Yeah. So what would you say, Amy, to just anyone that's dealing with grief or loss, maybe not of a child, but just of anyone in their life?
I know it can be a very lonely place to be. People disappoint, and you just have to give it to God and run to Him. And for me, there's hope in for in eternity. There's hope in the future, and we make the most of our lives on earth and know that it's so short.
Very short.
There's so much we have to look forward to, and hang in there. And I felt like I was kind of at a crossroads at one point where I could choose a poor path. I could choose to be sad and choose to be, put my other kids on the back burner, or I could give it to God and choose the narrow road. And
man, I think God must just
So
truly
good.
give you the grace when you're going through it because, from an outsider who's never lost a child, I imagine it in my head and I'm like, I feel like I would be crumbling. I feel like I wouldn't be able to get out of bed.
Right.
I have a son. I only have one son. I have 3 girls and a boy, and he's 15, and he's very much into mountain bike riding and, motorcycles and dirt bikes and 4-wheelers.
He
And-
was.
oh my goodness.
Now
And
you're
now
gonna
I'm
go
like, I'm
home.
rethinking all of this. No, but me and my girlfriends will talk like, it makes us nervous. They go on these adventures, and I'm always like, you have your helmet on, and please pay attention to what you're doing. And because your life can change just like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
know.
would have never thought this was going to be your story, but
And then my poor other kids, where Jax is like, I'm going to get a race car. No, you're not. You're not
That
doing
is
this.
not
You're
happening.
not doing this. But we still have to live. And,
know.
Yes.
And I remember you saying, I don't regret letting him get that bike.
Yeah, we just.
I don't regret letting him live his life.
We could have easily I could have blamed my husband. He could have blamed me. We could be in this awful. Easily.
Yes, it's a
so
high
many.
percentage
Yes.
of divorce that happens after the loss of a child. And you could see why, I'm sure.
But we made the choice to not.
Wow.
I love that.
You just can't.
Wow.
So,
I have a question for you.
yeah.
Is there anything, because a lot of listeners do go through grief, or if they haven't, they're going to. Are there things that are unhelpful when you're going through something like that? Things that people may say to you, well-meaning people, because sometimes we don't know what to say, right, to the grieving mom. But sometimes it can come across as like, that was very not helpful.
Insensitive.
That was very insensitive. Is there anything you can think of that would be?
I think, and you're right, so many people would avoid us, even at sports events with the other kids or cheer, moms would just didn't know what to say. So I did kind of feel ignored at some, because, but I get it too.
Sure.
I think talking about Jake is great. We want to talk about him, and if you have questions about his accident, I'll talk to you about it. I'm not, because people always want to know, like, what happened.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's good to talk about it.
Oh, I love that. Because I think people probably think, I shouldn't bring it up because it's going to make it worse. But it's like, you already know your son died, right? Like, we know that. So it's okay to talk about it. Like, you're not going to remind me, right?
Or they avoid you because they don't want to say the wrong thing.
Sure.
Right? So they just, and I remember you and I talking about how you're like the grieving mom now, and that's like your
My
identity.
label.
You're the mom who lost her son.
Sure.
Everywhere you go in your community, that's who you are. And we would kind of joke about it. I'd be like, hey, if you're going to do it, you might as well wear black and wear a veil and go all out.
And you have to laugh about this stuff.
too.
You just do.
Aw.
Like, you just have to keep it lighthearted. And I got a bunch of books. People would bring me a book or mail me a book about grief and the stages of grief. I haven't opened a single book.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's thoughtful. And
You
I know
see
there's
everyone's heart. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We
so
do.
just being present.
Yeah.
Do you think?
love that.
Just
Yes.
being present.
Just sending a text. Hey, I'm here for you. If you need me, just know I'm here for you. I love you and I'm praying for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I would imagine, like, even way after the fact, like, even now, 2 years out, it's probably still would be nice to have a text saying, I'm praying for you.
Yes.
I'm thinking about you.
When everyone else has
Right.
stopped. Because you do get bombarded, that first
In the
month.
beginning.
and
it's
then it starts to
overwhelming.
kind of trickle away a
Yeah.
little.
Oh, it just stops. It's just done. I mean, and then it's lonely.
Wow.
What a good reminder. No, that's good advice. I like that.
Can you
Keep showing
share
up.
what we just talked about today with our aunt, that she sent you a message with Bonnie?
Oh yes, she sent me a Facebook message, and I think I probably posted something, in memory of Jake, and she messaged me.
This is a relative who lives out of state. We don't see her or talk to her often.
For years. It's been years since I've seen her. And she said, hey, I just want to let you know, I put Jake's the day that he died in my calendar, and I will be praying for you around that time because I know it's a hard season.
Oh,
And that
touches your heart.
yes, that means so
much.
Yeah. And then even the patient that I saw, she said, I wrote down Jake's birthday, and I'll be praying for you for around that time.
I love that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh.
So that's a great for someone that is trying to support someone that's lost.
It doesn't take much. Just
doesn't take a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
I've done that. I have a client who lost her daughter. Her daughter was just born, stillborn. She was 8.5 months pregnant, and every year on that date, I do text her.
You do.
And I'll just say,
Love that.
I'm thinking of you and your sweet baby girl. Like, we still celebrate her, and she'll never be forgotten. And I try to remember to do that. So it's little things like that. It means so much to people.
And that's what I love about the Pink Sea, and is that we are a community of women that we don't get it right. We make mistakes, but man, we want to show up for each other and support each other. And sometimes Christian women can get that wrong.
Absolutely.
Because we can allow judging to come in. We can allow, and a lot of it is fear. It's insecurity. It's come in. But I mean, when we show up for each other, it's powerful, right? It makes room for God to move in that person's life.
It doesn't take money. It doesn't take, just a simple gesture.
Being there for one another.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I don't know how to transition out of this.
It's a heavy one,
story.
isn't it?
It is heavy.
But I think truly, like, your story will bless so many people because
I hope so.
you are a walking testament that there's hope. Even, with the death of a child, which is a nightmare, which is something none of us want to ever be faced with. Yeah. You're walking proof that you can still go on and you can still have hope in heaven. And you're going to see your son again.
Yes.
And so you live with that joy of knowing, like, he is alive.
Right.
And you're going to see him again.
Yes.
It's awesome.
It's going to be one pretty amazing day.
Yes.
It is the truth of, the Bible talks so much about suffering and what suffering does inside of you. It brings you closer to God. It refines you. It changes you in a way that nothing else ever can or ever will. And it's those times that you need God, or you're not gonna live another day. You're not gonna make it another breath.
Right.
That you experience God's provision in a way no one else will. Yeah. I will never experience God's comfort the way you've experienced it, because you have needed it in a different way. And it marks you and it changes you, and we are thankful that you are willing to share your story and encourage someone else. And like I said, that you just keep showing up. And we talk about that all the time too.
All the time. Almost every podcast. We're just, we're always encouraging everyone. Like, just keep showing up.
Sometimes we feel like we're holding on by our fingernails. Like we're barely making it. We might look like
we've got it together.
You may look put together, but on the inside is a little messy.
And that's the thing too, Amy. I think, people would meet you and you look so put together, and your family seems so put together, and people don't know, right? And it's such a reminder for us that everyone
is going through something. Everyone has a story. It sounds so silly sometimes to say, like, just be kind to everyone, but just be kind to everyone.
So our prayer for you, if you're walking through a season of grief, is that you're not alone. Right? And we're here if you need someone to reach out to, message us, comment, and we love you. We're walking through with you. You're not alone.
Amy, thanks for being our guest.
Thanks
it was such a pleasure to meet you.
We did it. No one had a breakdown. We made it through. Hallelujah. Thank you, girls, for being here, and we'll see you back next week.
Bye.